everyone. My name is Megan Taylor. I'm a one-star diamond coach, and I am the founder of Team and Powerhouse. I wanted to walk you guys through exactly what I use for tracking. So when I first started my business, which was in June of 2014, I basically just had a notebook and I wrote down every day who I talked with and who I invited. It was very, very basic. It wasn't anything special. And then I got to a point where the notebook was getting a little bit more difficult to organize, and I felt like I needed a different way to help me look at each week at a time. And as you guys know, tracking is essential. I cannot stress this enough. I know that a lot of you may just be starting and it's easy to keep things up in your head, but I can honestly tell you that if you start tracking right now and that if you're consistent with your tracking, I promise you that this will pay off in the long run. Developing a good system right now while you're starting is the smartest move that you can make. If you are just, if you've been coaching for a while and what you're doing isn't quite what you want, you're not getting the results that you had expected, and you're not tracking, I highly recommend tracking, because if you look back at your progress, you are able to see exactly where you who you spoke with, different events that were going on, ways that you can help to organize yourself in the future. So I'm going to walk you guys through two of my trackers. The first one is one that I started as one of my first trackers when I started my business. And then the second one is one that I currently use that's a little bit more advanced for when you're growing your team, you have a larger team. Okay, so I'm going to screen share so that you are able to see what I see. Okay. So I'm going to walk you through the first tracker. This right here is the first tracker. And I hope that you can see this, but basically, let me move myself in the front here. Okay. So what you're seeing here is where I invite 2 people a day. This is my first column. So I started this out as a weekly view so that people could see, so that I could see who I'm talking to every single week, and it could be a week in review. What I do with these after each week is done is I put 3 holes in it and I put it in a binder and I save it. The other good benefit of doing a paper tracker is that I can fold it up, put it in my pocket, and refer back to it when I need to throughout the day. I'm just a paper and pencil type of person. I'm really not, I love my phone, I'm on it all the time, but I find that tracking on my phone is, it's difficult, and I feel like I can't really keep up with it as much as I can with paper and pencil. Okay, so this is my first chart. Up at the top are the days of the week, and right here after each day of the week, I write the date. So Monday was March 22nd, so I would write each day, or pardon me, each date after the day of the week so that I have the date for cataloging when I'm done. Now, my second column here on the left is my calls to action. So the first thing I do is I make sure that I invite at least two people a day to my challenge group. And these can be new people, but they can also be people that say, I talked with 6 months ago that never answered my original message, or those that said they weren't quite ready yet. I'll go back and I'll re-extend another invitation to them. So 2 a day minimum. Usually my goal is around 4 a day, but at the minimum is 2. Friend requesting. So this is how we're going to expand our network. A lot of times what I do is I have a like page, and if people like my post or like my page, I will friend request them. So I write that down that I did 2 friend requests. Now, if you're new and you're starting out and you don't have a like page, that's okay. You're going to be friend requesting people that you know on social media. It could be friends of friends. It could be friends of family. Facebook has an option where you can, where it says people you may know. And so you can click on that and you can see, go through that list and see if there's anybody that you may know of that you can friend request. They don't have to accept your friend request. It's okay. The point is that you put the effort out there, mark it on your sheet, you try to extend an invitation to be your friend, and if they don't want to, that's okay. But continuing to do this every day, day after day, will get you results. On my second section is where I check in. So this could be challengers where they need that extra accountability. They've asked me to check in on them every day. Some want me to check on them a couple times a week. Some want me to check on them weekly. This is where I do the where I check in with them and just say, hey, checking in, how's it going? What's your plan for today? The third section would be follow-ups. Now remember, the fortune is in the follow-up. If you have someone who, let's say last week, you spoke with about a challenge pack and they were kind of interested in it and just didn't really answer your question. What I will do is I will write down here, follow up with that person so that I can say to them, hey, I just wanted to check back in with you. We spoke last week. Were you ready to get started on this health and fitness plan? I'm excited to work with you. Follow-ups are essential. These are the messages that you will get through either email or through instant messenger, or pardon me, through your messenger through Facebook. These are people that want more information. These are going to be your follow-ups. Every message that you send out to someone, write down their name. Write down who you spoke with every single day, who you followed up with every single day. Connecting. Okay, so this is really important. And this helps to show that you can do other things other than Beachbody. So connecting means that you're just going to write to someone and say, hey, how's it going? Non-Beachbody related, just check in on somebody, see how they're doing, what they've been up to. You're going to make comments on pictures about how their kids are cute or they look wonderful. Just connecting with people, getting yourself out there and showing that you are a friendly, authentic presence on social media. That would be the connecting part. Now, as you start to build your team, you are going to get coaches under you, and it's really important to check in with them. So I highly recommend, as you build your team, that you can start a Facebook Messenger thread with them. As your team grows, adding them to Messenger will help to keep you guys all connected. Team pages are awesome, and they're great for tidbits of information that you want to post up. But usually I have found that in my Messenger thread, I'm able to talk with my coaches in real time. Now, for the most part, discount coaches, coaches that are undercover, I don't necessarily put them in the thread. They don't really want to be involved, and that's okay. I treat them more like a challenger, and that's perfectly fine. Usually it's my hobby coaches, my business coaches, those that want to grow their businesses that I will put in my Facebook Messenger thread. So connecting with them, asking how they're doing, telling them about events that are going on, any updates, brainstorming, group ideas, all of that stuff is part of that coach check-in. Okay, the coaching opportunity. So this would be messaging people about either upgrading their status. Let's say that they were on Shakeology HD and their shakes are ready to renew in about a week. I will then go and I will message them, and I will say about a week before, I will message them and I'll say, hey, in about a week, your Shakeology is going to renew. Would you be interested in upgrading to a preferred member account, which is basically a coach. It's a coach on paper. Nothing is required of you unless you want to. I leave it up to them. I also give them the option that they can be an undercover coach. Some people don't want it to be public that they are a coach. So I give them that option. There's so many different degrees of coaching that you really it can vary for whatever anybody wants or needs. So that would be the coaching opportunity. Those would be people who I've talked to coaching about that day. Write it down. Every single conversation you're having, write down that person's name in whatever corresponding section it belongs in. All right, now posting. Posting is really important. The rule of thumb is to post on your personal page 3 times a day. And those are essentially non-Beachbody, non-fitness related posts. Basically, the rule of thumb is that no more than 20% of your personal Facebook page should be about Beachbody. You don't want people to go on your personal page and it's just Beachbody, 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 right? You want to show that you have kids or you have family or you're married or you're single or you've got friends or whatever it may be. That would be your posting. So places where you need to post. You need to post in your challenge groups. You need to show your presence every single day in your challenge groups. If you're not posting every day, if you're not checking in with your challengers, this is a problem. You need to provide yourself as a resource to them and for them to see you walking the walk and talking the talk. It's important for challengers and coaches to see that you are proof of the product. So you have to post in your challenge groups, checking in with them every day. Posting on your like page. Now again, for those of you who don't have a like page, it's okay. That's something that you will need to make at some point. when you feel comfortable. I highly recommend doing a like page as soon as you can, because you can just go off on your like page. You can go and you can post about fitness and health and clean eating as much as you want, and it's okay. And it also gives you the option to boost your posts, which helps to extend your reach. Instagram. Instagram is another one where it's important to post as well. So typically what I will do is I will use the same post I'll put on my like page. I'll just go right and put it on Instagram, just so that it helps to broaden your social media reach. Okay, so basically I post 3 times a day, non-Beachbody related, on my personal page. I try to, life gets in the way, but I try. Then I also post on my like page. I usually post a workout selfie and a workout video. I didn't always do this, guys. This is just recently that I've been doing this more so as I've been trying to grow my business. But I think that if you start with posting selfies or pictures of you working out on your like pages in the beginning, and then you grow from there, whatever you feel comfortable with. But remember, comfort is a double-edged sword, right? So what you're comfortable with now, remember, your comfort zone isn't really where you grow. So if you want to grow, you got to start stepping out of your comfort zone and doing things that are a little bit uncomfortable. And then I will post there on my like page at least once or twice a day. Try to talk about clean eating, try to talk about fitness, maybe post a video. And then sometimes what I will do every couple days is I will tag my personal self to my like page from my like page. So that basically if you go into my personal page, you will see a First Class Fitness post, which is my like page. You will see that on my personal page so that people can see that I do have a like page. If they want to like it, they can. But it also shows that I'm into health and fitness as well without overwhelming them. Okay, the next section down here is events. Every single week, Erin and I host live events. Every single Thursday, we host them. So this should give you prep time for what's the event going to be on Thursday? How are you going to post about it? Remember, don't share events. No one looks at them. They just ignore them. How are you going to post something personal about yourself related to the event? Typically, our events are a Shakeology live information event. We have a coaching opportunity, a live coach happy hour event 2 times a month. And Shakeology is once a month. Coaching is 2 times a month. And then we also have whatever fitness program challenge pack is on promotion that month. That is also another live event that we do. Next would be success club points. I tally up how much I have from the beginning of the week, and as I earn them, I keep a tally of that. Now, this was my original tracking chart that I used. Then I kind of upgraded to this one. Okay. This is the one that I currently use now. It's pretty much the same. I made a larger box for follow-up because I found that I was talking to a lot more people. And so I made that box a little longer. And again, both of these are available if you need them. Just let me know. Again, this is the same. The only thing that's a little different is that I know that I need to post every day. I don't really write that down anymore. What I do is I just know that I have to do that. So in this column here, this is my accountability. And basically accountability is in our group, we have a nightly accountability post where our challengers rate their day. And so what I will do is the next day I will go in and I will comment on every person's accountability rating, just to show that I'm paying attention to them, that I'm a support system, and that I care. And that's really important to show your challenger. So I always mark off when I do that. Pardon me, Coach Basics or Pushing Emerald. As you become a leader and you start running your own Coach Basics classes or Coach Basics groups and Push to Emerald groups, I like to make sure that there's a post. I just double check that there's a post every day and that I comment on that post, again, to show that I am involved. And if you guys are coaches and you have your downline that's either in a Push to Emerald or a Coach Basics class, you guys should be in that group too to encourage them. As their leader, it's really important for you to show your presence in these groups. Even though you've done the training and you know all about it, it's still important to show that your presence in these beginning groups. Again, and then Automatic CEO. So Automatic CEO is a paid paid program that I use. A lot of coaches that are growing their businesses use something called Automatic CEO. And basically what it is it's an email system that we pay for that allows us to keep track of our leads. As you grow your business and as you start getting team leads and Success Club leads, you will be getting emails and you'll be sending out mass emails to your customers. And so automatic CEO basically means that I update it. Any new customers that I have coming in through Beachbody, I will update that information into automatic CEO. If anybody has any questions about automatic CEO, we can talk about it at a different time. It's really not important for these purposes, but just to let you know that that's something that I have to check off every night as my customer base increases. And that's it. So this is the chart that I use now. It's pretty much similar to the one that I used at the beginning, but it just gives me an opportunity to really keep track of what I'm doing. And so what I will do is, like I mentioned earlier, I will put 3 holes in it, put it in a 3-ring binder, and I store it and I save it. And about 3 months later, I'll go back to the actual sheet that I used, and I will see who I talked to. Remember, every conversation that I've ever had is written down, and I'll go back to those people if, say, I haven't talked to them in a while, and I'll extend another invitation to a group. I'll check back in with them. And so it's really important to keep those connections open, that you are concerned about them and want what's best for them. Now, before I close, I wanted to tell you guys all about the Sunday night prep. So you know Sunday nights are for meal prep, right? Well, Sunday night is also for coach prep. So remember how I talked about how I invite 2 people a day? Well, how do you know which 2 people to invite every day? You can't just scroll through your list in the morning during your power hour and waste 10, 15 minutes trying to find 2 people to invite, right? So what I do every Sunday night is I sit down with a fresh chart. And I go through my list of people I've talked to 6 months ago. I go through my friends. I go through people who have recently accepted my friend request. And I will write down 2 people's names every single day in the invite column. So basically by the end of Sunday night, I have at least 14 people that I'm going to invite, 2 each day, 2 on Monday, 2 on Tuesday, etc. So that way when I wake up Monday morning, I immediately send out those 2 invites, sometimes more, and I go about my day. I also will fill in what events are coming up. I will fill in who's projected to be Emerald, who's going to go up with their rank. Again, all of these things I do on Sunday night. Sunday night prep is essential. Get your chart made, get your chart ready Sunday night, because really, inviting is the most difficult thing, right? It's the thing that we struggle with the most. We're putting ourselves out there. We're risking being denied and being rejected. And I get it. And I used to hate inviting. Then I got to a point where I'm like, you know what? If you want to join me, great. If not, that's okay too. And just move along and invite the next person on your list. So again, use Sundays as prep. If anybody has any questions, Erin and I, we are more than happy to help you. This is there's a learning curve here, but you're here for a reason. You are, you're amazing coaches and you're pushing through, and we're going to do this as a team. And I know we're going to be successful. All right, guys, have a great day. Bye.